In today's show, we meet a young lady of many titles. A fashion designer, a brand owner, and model, to say the least. Raised by her mother, yet a daughter of a hustler. This, the story of Asia Martin. An episode I'm sure you'll like. And if not, fuck it, I tried. Welcome to the Fit Podcast.
Welcome. I'm glad you can make it.
Thanks for having me. It's appreciated.
There you go. So I wanted to do my own introduction with you, but I didn't want to go into territories that I wasn't quite familiar with. So how about you tell the people who Asia Martin is?
I can do that. So my real name is Malaysia. Martin is definitely my last name. I've been doing clothes for a minute. I have a catering company. Who Asia Martin is a party. And basically that's one of my brands is like everybody go through something. So at the end of the day, like we've been told that we can't show emotions, we can't show feelings. And a party is like, hey, we still got hers too. That's just who I am in a nutshell.
No doubt. Let's get some history about you. Where you come from? Where you raised?
Born and raised in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Okay. Southeast, Northwest?
Southeast,
okay.
Definitely.
Cool. Any specific childhood memory that you can say was the best times?
Man, my childhood was lit.
Okay. Dope. Describe.
I'm from the hood,
Okay.
but when I say my childhood was lit, like I dropped off the porch early. Like 12, 13.
Okay.
I was driving by like 14, still in my mom's car. I'm like, you taught me how to drive. You don't want me to use it. You shouldn't have taught me how to drive. But growing up, like who my daddy was, like I went to Jamaica at the age of 15. Like all the stuff that like people experience when they older is like I experienced as a kid because of my dad. So I'm definitely grateful for that. So like I lived in the hood, but I also got to see what's outside of the hood. So, like, that motivated me. Like, okay, yeah, this ain't where I want to be. Like, elevation is key. So, just taking where I come from and the negativity and turning it into a positive so that way I get out the hood in general.
No doubt. So, a little more on your dad. Who was your dad? And
that guy
took you to Jamaica. Shit, my dad.
He didn't even go.
I mean, I love my dad. Us. My dad, as far as we ever went out that I can remember, he went to Muskegon or something. He went to Jamaica. That's what I'm talking about.
For 10 days.
What did he do?
Literally,
what was his lifestyle?
My dad, well, he was a drug dealer. Let's put it that way. He's changed now.
A hustler. Okay, let's get it.
So he was a hustler or whatever, and he did 22 years of my 31 behind bars.
Okay.
He got locked up before I was born. He got out when I was 10 and then went back when I was 15. And he's been out now approximately about 3 years.
Have you ever held that against him, being incarcerated the second time after he came home for so long the first time?
Yeah, I definitely did, to be honest. My first 2 years of him being gone that second time around, it was just like, okay, like, you gone. And he took me out of a bad situation, like, dealing with, like, being in my mom's house. Like, it wasn't a good fit at all. So I felt like he took me out of a situation to go back to put me back in that same environment. So, like, once he went back, I moved out my mom's house at 17, and I ain't never looked back. So, I held him against it for a while, but, like, that's literally, like, my best friend. Me and my dad wrote a kid's book together about 3 years ago while he was incarcerated. We went through, once he came home, we published it, and it's called Monsters Visit Camp Ego. And it's basically about a group of kids that come from all different backgrounds, nationalities, and dealing with life crises and still learning to be their best authentic selves. I feel like I wanted to be for others what I didn't have growing up, and that was just my way to do it.
Where you can find the book?
On Amazon.
Dope.
Yeah.
What is y'all bond as of now?
That's my best friend.
Dope. There you go.
If I go anywhere, I'm going with my daddy. I'm his wingman, and he mine.
There you go. I was at a comedy show and I came across you. Yeah. Was you with him that day?
No.
Okay.
No.
Just curious.
Just that he was there supporting one of my coworkers.
Okay, that's dope. So, do you have that type of relationship with your mother? Is it just as tight, just as cool, or kind of rocky? Okay.
No. My relationship with my mom is rocky because she lacks accountability. So, like, my thing as like growing is like at the end of the day, it's either helping or hurting. If it's hurting, then I got to let it go regardless of who it is. So like if I'm trying to strive to be the person I want to be and you're not helping that, then I just can't deal with you at the end of the day. When it's all said and done, I love you to death, but you can love people from a distance.
No question. No question. You know, I think growing up when you have both parties in the parenthood, sometimes it could be, you know, side choosy. You're going to always lean to somebody, but it hits different when, you know, you daddy's little girl instead of, you know, mama's little princess or some sort of whatever. But at the end of the day, you can still love.
Definitely.
And you don't have to always agree on everything that comes with them, you know, as a personality, but at the same token, you can still get along. You do you, I do me.
Facts.
Simple as that, you know what I'm saying? Give me your thoughts on Grand Rapids as a whole, as a city. Is there some place that you say, yeah, in the next 5 years I'll still be here? Or is it something where you be like, you know what, I can live somewhere else?
The only reason why I'm still here is because of my dad. Like, I wanted to move to Atlanta about 2 years ago. And he was just like, wait till I'm off parole. Cool, I'll wait. Okay. Then he was like, oh, I got this job. Wait for this. All right, cool, whatever. Right. So it's just steady, like, wait. So I'm just like, all right, I'm not going to leave my dad at all whatsoever. So, like, we going to move on his time. But this is not a place that I don't think I'll be. Like, I feel like I've outgrown my city. And with me saying that, it's just, like, the person who I am and, like, how I am, I'm always the person to, like, oh, if I know something, I'm finna help you. Like, all of us can win, all of us can eat. And that's just not what my city is about at all whatsoever. It's like, I want to see you doing good, but not better than me. So
yeah, I was explaining that to a partner of mine that came from out of state, and he was telling me, like, yo, man, Grand Rapids is just a different kind of animal, bro.
It is.
I said, what do you mean? He's like, bro, I come from, like, some real-life humble beginnings, some real-life ghetto shit, and usually those kind of circumstances, you know, you bring people together. We rally hard, I rally tight. He said, Grand Rapids, bro. He said, it's like a real
crabs in a bucket.
Dog eat dog, crabs in the bucket city, bro. He said, I can sit back and say, yo, I got a program for the kids. Somebody be like, man, bro, take care of your kids. Your baby mama told. And you're like, whoa. He's like, yeah, bro. Somebody will come out with some hate and shit, even though I said, well, that's everywhere. He said, yeah, it's everywhere, but it's super hard here.
It's super hard here.
He said, y'all don't support shit. I was like, damn.
So when I originally started my clothing brand, I didn't start in Grand Rapids. I started in Detroit. I made Detroit news my first 2 years. I went from modeling to deciding I attended 50 shows, plus at this point. But me coming back to my city, it was just like, okay, this the people that think they know you best. Like, this the people think that they grew up with you. So, like, they wondering, like, how you doing it. So I feel like I work so hard, so that way they ain't got no choice but to respect it at the end of the day. Like, you can never take away from what I do because I work so hard for the people that don't like me to respect what I do because I'm good at it. And that was always my goal because it's like, y'all think y'all know me? Let me show y'all something.
How much of your dad hustle hand pretty much influenced you to be the entrepreneur, boss lady in a sense, woman you are?
Everything.
Okay.
Definitely.
Did he encourage you that, or it was more like you watched him and you wanted to emulate that as much as you can?
Both. Like I said, my dad is my best friend, so like I tell him everything. Like we sit and talk about everything, like life goes. So when I come to him and be like, "Hey, this is what I want to do. This is what I got going on," like he all for board. Honestly, I feel like when I first started, my dad believed more in it than I did. It was just like, I'm just doing it because I like to. Like, he like, no.
How your dad feeling being a granddad?
He's the best.
Okay, that's what's up.
Listen, I told my daughter, like, hey, when my dad get out, I'm no longer your mama, I'm your sister.
There you go. There
like,
you go.
Nah, he gonna take over. But, like, he's the best granddad ever. Like, he's very, very involved.
No doubt, no doubt. So, would you consider yourself, at this stage of your life, a boss, or you still working as an entrepreneur, or you say you both?
I've never experienced that at all because I surround myself with people that pour into me as I pour into them. So, like, I've never been in a situation where somebody tell me, like, oh, you're not good at what you do, or the method of what I'm doing is not, like, working at all whatsoever. At the end of the day, I'm a self-analyzer first.
Nice.
So, like, I take heed to like what I do and why I do it, and I sit back and I analyze it. Like, okay, what could I do better? Like,
Question.
what's the backup to this? Like, and at the end of the day, like, there's no backup. So when you have that mindset that there's no backup, you can't lose. At the end of the day, you're going to push forward. You might change the route. You might change the method. Those things might change, but the end goal will always be the same when you believe it.
Have you ever found yourself wondering what other businesses you want to get into? As far as like you do,
I do a lot.
Modeling at one point, designing your clothes at one point. You mentioned your company regarding
My catering.
your catering company. What other businesses you wouldn't mind, venturing into?
Honestly, anything creative. Like, that's just my mindset. Like, I've done a lot of things when I first started off. I started off doing clothes, and then I started off cooking, and then I used to do parties. Like, I was one of those people that, like, I want to experience everything firsthand. So, like, okay, I can do this. They can do it. I can do it. So, like, I went through the steps and procedures to learn, like, a lot of stuff because I want to be well-rounded in everything. Like, not just in, like, my craft, but just in life in general. So, like, I take everything every day as a learning lesson. Like, every day I have to learn at least 10 things new. Like, that's always my goal. And if I don't do that, then it's like, okay, why didn't you learn those 10 new things and just zone out and figure it out?
How many children you got again?
1.
Now, having one kid, do you believe more when it comes to teaching them hands-on, or you just leave it into the education system? As far as, like, molding them to the positions you want to see them strive to be success in?
Honestly, my daughter's just like me.
Okay.
She's just like me. And I just think it's in her, not on her.
Okay.
So I think she's firsthand seeing me lose it all. She's firsthand seeing me get it back. So, like, at the end of the day, everything I go through, she's there for it.
What's your thoughts when it comes down to getting another partner, a business partner in one of your business ventures? Do you recommend having a business partner, or do you recommend having no business partners?
Honestly, it just depends. I'm actually working with somebody right now on a food collab. But it's like you have to work with like-minded people. You have to work with people that love it as much as you do, because if you don't, at the end of the day, it's never going to go nowhere. You're never going to take it serious. I'm one of those people, like, if you want something done right, you do it yourself. So knowing that, like, I have to surround myself with like-minded people that has that same mentality, so, like, we both win at the end of the day.
No doubt. So, jump and shift here. Your father is the first interaction of a man that you remember even dealing with, you look up to, have your ups and your downs, you learn from examples, you took the pluses, you took the minuses. But as you progress as a woman and you start to date and you start to meet people, do you introduce the same person you're dating to your father? And if so, what's his thoughts on them?
Nobody meets my daddy.
Oh, shoot, nobody.
Nobody. Okay, so my dad doesn't have any boys. It's my older sister, and then I'm the baby. So it's like,
Okay.
my daddy is one of those people that, like, he will actually pour into you. Like, if you want to learn something, he got you. Like, he's going to come to you as a real man first at the end of the day when it's all said and done. Like, whether he's talking to a female or a male, he going to kick you some real shit. So, like, knowing how my daddy is, like, if I don't feel that, like, I'm completely locked in with you, like, you'll never meet my daddy. Like, my daddy is too dope of a person, and he'll actually, like, bring you in and pour into you. And I feel like nobody should have that privilege unless I'm rocking with you.
A
like,
man should be worthy even meeting
Definitely.
such a man like himself.
now, he hear about stuff, but meeting, not at all.
Right. Totally different. I get that.
Yeah.
Do you find yourself looking at the city and say, man, Grand Rapids, man, it's the truth? What's your thoughts on men straight from the city? Because I realized when I was kicking it with so many people, women alike, they always say, yo, I got to get a man from Detroit, or I like how them boys in Detroit rocking compared to the cats here in Grand Rapids. Why is that, from your point of view, if you ever felt that way? Or if not?
I never felt that way.
Good.
I feel like everybody has their own ways and, like, how they grow up. I feel like a lot of men from Grand Rapids was raised off survival. So knowing that their mentality is raised off survival, they really don't know what real love is or what real look like or how it feels. So to deal with Grand Rapids men, like, you have to be aware of that. Like, you have to be aware that, like, they coming in damaged, period. So, like, if you're not willing to get past that, or if you're not willing to help them heal or help them mend, like, it's not going to get you nowhere. Like, it really got to be a mentality to be like, okay, like, I see spending forever with this person, like, I'm finna help them. But a lot of females don't have the time and the patience. They want somebody that's already ready. Like, that's why they want to go to Detroit. They want to, most of them be Sagittarius. Let's just be honest. When I feel like people refer to Detroit men, they feel like, oh, they got money. Like, it ain't about the money. It's about the morals. It's about the integrity. It's about the respect, the values. Like, that money will come. Like, if you got a person that's willing to work towards it, y'all can build together. But you can't build if I'm up. Ain't got a mentality of integrity or honesty or loyalty. Like, that don't never work.
You find yourself moving on with life, and your father say, "Yo, I'm off them papers." You know what I'm saying?
Thank God.
And next thing you know, Atlanta, Georgia is the next hot spot. How you plan on making such a move? You got any connections already there? Do you got family and friends? You just gonna stop what you're doing and move your business down there when you good here?
I have connects there. I've did a fashion show last year in Atlanta.
Okay.
And I try to do it once a year, I was doing shows. But I do have family there. Like, the family that I'm closest to on my dad's side actually lives in Atlanta. So the goal is to purchase land together, make a compound, and call it Martin's Lane, which is all of our last name.
Look at you. Martin Lane. All right, do your thing. I ain't tripping on that. Nice. So, this segment right here, we got to move on to.
All right, what we got?
And this is called social accountability.
Nice.
So, what is social accountability? Well, this is where I go on your social media account and look at what you post, and you give me your idea of what you meant for that moment, or your opinion of how you felt for that post.
Oh, this finna be wild. I'm crazy on social media.
Let's see what's going on here. Ancient Martin. Let's see if you look like your profile pic. Okay. Fair. Okay. 139 mutual friends. So, my people, Grand Rapids small like that. Let's look at this post. 33. Man, half an hour before you got to get here. Okay. The fact I really made me a fit in 20 minutes is insane. It's all fall right, cute, and comfy. Be the goal. There you go. A little bit of style with the leather, you know what I mean?
Gotta dress it up a little bit.
All right, cool. Let's keep on going down.
Oh my God.
A nigga can't never make me feel bad on how I moved. I'm a Capricorn. And how I move was a reflection of you. Okay. It's never a loss on my end. And I'm not clearing shit up. I'll be the bad guy. Because that makes the bitches y'all fuck with comfortable. Elaborate.
I'm hurt.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, like...
Hurt from what?
No, I said I'm hurt. Not hurt.
You hurt. I just said I'm hurt.
No,
Gotcha.
I'm hurt.
Correction. Got you. I'm hurt.
So what that status was at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, like, I don't play victim. I play my role in certain situations. At the end of the day, I take accountability for what I do. But my actions is a reflection of what I was said, something that was said to me, something that was done to me. And it takes a long time for me to get there. That's why I said I'm a Capricorn. It's never a loss on my end, because at the end of the day, I know I come into every situation genuine. I know I come to every situation real and honest. I give you the option to choose what I bring to the table or not deal with it. It's just who I am. So, when I say I'm not going to tell my story or my side to it, like, who cares? Like, it didn't work out. Life goes on. And a lot of men that I deal with don't like that. They so used to people being delusional, and like they so used to people they saying something and people don't stand on it. No, I stand on big business behind me every single time. So like, don't tell me something that you don't want me to, like, for instance, for example, like, if we having a conversation and you tell me to get out my feelings, I'm going to do just that. That's just who I am. We ain't got to talk about it. We ain't got a conversation about it. I'm out my feelings. It ain't no coming back into my feelings when I do so. So my thing is I come in with a warning label. Be careful what you say to me and be careful how you treat me, because once I get to that point, ain't no coming back from that.
Man, daddy's daughter for real. Shit.
I'm my daddy's kid for sure.
Damn, man.
My daddy's a big stepper, so like to know that he a big stepper, y'all got big shoes to fill, and I don't take nobody serious because of that. Them is levels, and they ain't there yet.
Now, being that your father was living a certain particular life,
Definitely.
have you took in consideration that when you have such a big shoe to fill, some men don't live that kind of lifestyle. Some men is not big stepping on that level of play he used to make. Their their emotion doesn't necessarily represent what he was doing. You know, some can't just stop what they're doing and go to Jamaica or plan this and plan that.
Okay, so with
at
me,
the moment notice. So how do you deal with straight up square?
With me, it ain't about the money at all. It's never been about the money whatsoever. Like if my dad never did that, then I would be perfectly fine. It's more about the character. Like, I judge you off your soul. I judge you off your personality. I judge you off your integrity. I don't judge you about how much money you got in your pockets. I got my own money. I don't need to be financed. You can't offer me money or you think money gonna move me. My daddy had it. So, like, that money aspect that a lot of female goes towards, that's not a motivation for me. Like, is you finna come take out this trash? You finna cut this grass? You finna do real manly things? Like my dad does. If you not, then we ain't got nothing to talk about. Like, my dad was big on doing stuff just because, flowers. Like, I've never had to open the door. So, like, that has been embedded in me. So, like, most day and age, men don't want to open doors. If I go on a date with a man and he don't open the doors, you'll never hear from me again.
So, basically, most men not performing what most women like, which is chivalry.
Definitely. Chivalry is definitely not dead.
But why can't majority of these women be a little more woman-like? The modern women nowadays don't need a man, so why do you even need him to open the door? You can open it yourself.
Listen.
And also, if you find yourself, dealing with a man who won't open doors for you, and maybe he, like you said, he come from the struggle. He come from things where, he probably was never even taught that from the jump. Why couldn't you just say, hey, man, it'd be nice if you get this door from me, be more gentleman of you. Would you be willing to work with that, or you think at certain stage of certain men in their life, they should just automatically know?
Honestly, I'm very vocal. So, like, up front, I'm going to tell you what I don't like and what I do like. That's just who I am. So, like, at the end of the day, if I tell you what I don't like and you go and do exactly what I told you I don't like, now we got a problem. And it just is what it is. But, like, I can't speak for most women because I'm not like most women at all. Like, and when I say that, like, I make sure mine's well taken care of. Like, mental stability, make sure they fed, all of that. Like, that's just who I am. Like, I don't know how to be a girlfriend. I only know how to be a wife. So, like, do I stop doing wifely things or stop being a wife because they don't know how to be husbands? No, I just go find somebody that know how to be a husband. It's just what it is.
All right, fair from your viewpoint. So, are you wife material?
I would say I am, but that's not based off, like, me. That's based off, like, the people I've dealt with. So, like, I haven't had a lot of relationships. Like, when I lock in, I lock in. And what I mean by, like, the people that I dealt with, like, I always get the it's too good to be true. Like, oh, she can't be this good or this can't be that good. And sometimes, I ain't even going to say sometimes, most time when men get that perspective like, oh, it's too good to be true, they fuck it up.
I agree.
They fuck it up. And then extent, once they fuck it up and realize, like, this really is what it is, like, they spend a lifetime getting it back. And guess what? My best revenge is to never go back. Like, you gonna walk your whole life. I tell my ex this. You gonna live your whole life trying to find a girl like me, and you never gonna find her, bro. And it just is what it is. Guess what? That same person 5 years later never had a girlfriend after me.
Do you call your man bro?
No.
He did right then. He be all right. He'll be all right. If you always like, look, bro, I ain't got no time for this shit, bro. And he just like listening
See, that's
to
the
you.
thing. Like,
he'll be all right.
I'm very calm, cool, and collective. Like, at the end of the day, I know shit happens. Like, I'm very understanding. So, like, I have an open to where, like, they can come to me about anything. Like, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, I'm not here to judge you. Like, we here to build each other up. So, like, if you come to me about a problem or an issue, or even if you fucked up, shit happens. First time a fuck up is accident. Second time, that's a choice. And that means I'm going to choose to fuck with you or not. 20 times out of 10, I choose not to. But, yeah.
Do you prefer being single?
Yes. And it's not for the it's not for the reason that most people prefer being single. When it comes to a relationship, you're not competing with another man. You're competing with my peace. I'm so at peace right now in my life that, like, I don't have time for the extra. So as soon as I see a red flag, it's like I'm gone. They're like, is that easy? Yes, because you're not competing with a man. You're not competing with anything but my peace. And when you come disturbing my peace, like, you got to go.
If the relationship nowadays was considered how you deal with adversity, and the first reaction to adversity is to run and or walk away, what's the point of saying you are a person who's wife material if you don't plan on going through the ups and downs that are required for one to be a wife or a husband? You're going to encounter some red flag like material. It's all about how you react to it. So it was something I was trying to teach my nephew because, you know, I said, learn from me. I'm burnt out. He said, what you mean, Unc? Man, you crazy. I am burnt out. Burnt out. As far as relationships, as far as a lot of things, even down to some certain friends, you just be like, man, fuck out of here. I ain't rocking with you, dog. Hey, I ain't getting down with shit you used to be on. I'm burnt out from the bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, now, being that it may, if you're dealing with somebody, take it from me. If you see a red flag, bring it to their attention, but critique them based on after you bring it to their attention.
Oh, I do.
Don't not just, if I'm sitting there and what will say there's a red flag to me?
So my thing is,
let's say you went out to the bar and you went out with your friends. I'm like, baby, have some fun, enjoy yourself. I'm gonna be at the crib chilling tonight. You come back, let's say, you know, Grand Rapids, everything shut down by 2. So you back by 4. I'm like, baby, what's going on? You come that damn, you know, early into the morning hours. He's like, but I'm grown though. You ain't my dad to be telling me when and what time. I will take that as a red flag, but I'm gonna explain my point of view. I'm like,
but that's
well, look,
a respect thing. You can't teach nobody respect.
That's it. So you can, if to a certain extent,
they have
if that
to be
person
willing.
was commonly coming from relationships where their guy be out there for, and they be and certain things they used to tolerate amongst their past relationship, you just have to, you know, explain to them, hey, this ain't how I rock. Now,
yeah, but
their
honestly,
reaction is
I feel like it's
play.
a respect thing. So, like, when you're in a relationship, there's certain things that you should and should not do. And it just is what it is. Like,
so if we were dating, hypothetically speaking, to anybody get to throwing rumors and bullshit, I decide I'm coming in at whenever time I want. I'm grown. I pay bills just like you do. Just know I'm not cheating. I'm just went to an after hour chilling with my partners, and I still come back home to you. How would you address it?
what time you come home? At 4 o'clock in the morning?
I'll just say, you know, I ain't even gonna tip the scale at 4. I'll just say 3:45.
15 minutes.
It's not even 4 yet.
When I'm very, like I said, I'm very vocal, and I believe in effective communication. Like, I'm really, really big on effective communication. Just because I said something to you, I'm not coming at you no type of way, or you don't have to get defensive. Because most men do. You say something to them, they instantly get defensive, and now they aggravated, and now y'all finna start arguing. I don't tolerate that. Like, I effectively communicate. So if we have an understanding on what's going on, then you're not going to hear nothing from me. It's when the understanding is lost. Is when we actually need to have a conversation. So if we have an understanding, you finna do this, this, and that, go. It is what it is. Because at the end of the day, how a person moves shows how much he respects you. And if I'm not being respected, I'm moving out the way.
No question. So it's safe to say you're single.
Yes.
Your social media account says you're married.
You see what they say I'm married to?
Uh-oh, let's see. Let me find out it's Jesus. White Jesus, probably. Let's see. Just says married.
They don't say what I'm married to.
It just shows a heart. I guess if you go into your info, let's see. Relationship, married. No, don't say you're married to nobody except your, whoever your partner may be. So
married to me.
that ain't some old single baby mama type shit.
Married to me.
And God gonna put the right one in front of me.
I just feel like I'm at a place right now that, like, I have a lot going on, and to actually, like, get in a relationship would be selfish. Like, I can't pour into a relationship what I would pour into a relationship because of what I got going on. And so at the end of the day, like, I want to be single, figure my stuff out, work what I got going on. And then if everything plays out the way I want it, if a relationship happens, it happens. But, like,
I think that's fair that you're willing to work on yourself and you're willing to, look at things, or you probably say is some adjustments needed before you decide to move on to the next, whatever. I think that's very mature of you.
Definitely. Self-realization is something I do literally once a day. I sit down and I analyze everything that I went through that day. And I'm like, okay, something bad happened. All right, what could I did better? It's never what the person could have did better. It's always what I could have did better. Even if I did absolutely nothing wrong in the situation, my question is always, how could I deal with it better, or what I could do better? Like, that's just who I am.
How do you deal with heartbreak?
I don't think I've ever been heartbroken. I've never been heartbroken. I feel like I've never let anyone in enough to be, like, heartbroken, because I'm one of those people that expect the worst. So it's like, if I get in a relationship or a situation, like, the worst you can do is cheat, have a kid, STDs, all this crazy stuff. Like, those scenarios are already, like, the worst things you could possibly do. So if you don't do those things, then it's just like, all right, you good in my book.
Would you ever date a stud?
That's crazy. My brother literally told me I'm one relationship away from having a girlfriend.
Yeah.
I can't date a girl, though.
I won't say you are. I just say, it just
like I tell my
mind.
brother, I can't date a female because we the same thing. You get smart with me, you do some fuck shit, I'm whooping your ass. With a man, like, I'm not going to hit you because I don't want you hitting me. If I hit you, you have the right to hit me back. A lot of people might think like, oh, no, they don't. But if you put your hands on that man and then he hit you back, it is what it is. You should have kept your hands to yourself. So being in a relationship with a female, we the same thing. Can't do it.
Okay. So in a relationship, since we on this topic heavy, what was the longest you ever maintained?
I was with my daughter's dad for 10 years.
Okay.
10 years. I started talking to him when I was a freshman in high school. We moved in together when I moved out my mama's house at, 17? And we split when my daughter was 5.
Have you had any long-term relationships since then?
Just another relationship that's like on again, off again. But other than that, not really. Like, I don't really focus on relationships because I love too hard. Like, I'll step back on what I got going on to pour into them to make sure they reach their goals. So it's like, that takes away from what I got going on at the end of the day. So, and it's just a habit. Like, it's not something I can control. Like,
so you loving too hard could be why you have such a defensive mechanism when it comes to red flags, because you're like, you ain't gonna hit me hard. I ain't never had a real heartbreak, and you ain't gonna start today. And you lied. Like, what I lied about? You told me you gonna go out and you be back by 2:45. It's 3 a.m.
See, I really don't care about...
Red flag, bye.
That's not really a red flag for me, though. Because, like, my thing is, like, if you go out, you mingle, and everything that's done in the dark comes to the light. And I'm not your babysitter. I'm not your mama. Like, I'm not none of that. So at the end of the day, if I feel like I got to ask you questions about your whereabouts or what you doing and all this extra, I just rather not deal with you.
What's a crazy mama drama situation occur where you dating a guy and a woman reach out to you like, hold up, bitch.
I don't date baby daddies.
And everything else. Like, what kind of crazy situation, if you ever had one,
I don't date baby daddies. Baby mama got to be either dead or in jail. And jail is pushing it.
So you telling me you never dated a man who have a baby mama?
Don't date baby daddies. Take that back. When I met my ex, he didn't have any kids. When we linked back up, he had a baby on the way. But at the end of the day, like, that ain't got nothing to do with me. At the end of the day, like, if I fuck with you, your kid is my kid. If I go get something for my kid, I'm going to go get something for yours. That's just who I am. So, like, dealing with the baby mamas, I don't have to. They deal with that. So
you wouldn't entertain a man if he have a baby mama?
I don't deal with baby mamas, no. Can't do it.
You don't deal with baby mamas, but you will date a baby daddy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. That's what you. I thought you said I don't deal with baby daddies.
No, I said the baby mama got to be either dead or in jail, and then jail is pushing it.
Oh wow, crazy.
It's just my thing is like when it comes to situation with kids, like I feel like you shouldn't get kids involved in situations, especially if it's not long term. Like nobody meets my kid, nobody penetrates the threshold of my house because that's her house, and that's just how I am. So it's like to be around somebody's kid or for them to bring their kids around you, and if stuff don't work out, like, it's, oh, you can't see the kid or you can't deal with the kid. I'm not that type of person. Like, even if I don't work out with you, like, I still want to be like, hey, I'm taking my daughter such and such. Can I come pick up your kid and shoot out? Like, that's just who I am. So, like, to avoid that situation, plus my daughter is older. So it's like, she understands and knows what's going on. So, like, to bring a kid around her and then they just be gone, especially if, like, we really locked in and she didn't look at this kid as her brother or her sister. And now they no longer around. Like, that's not something that I want to introduce my daughter into at all.
So, switching up here, I got some serious questions, serious random questions. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. So, are you a drinker? Are you a smoker?
Not really.
Okay. Do you drink every so often? Very bit more. And if you do drink, are you an angry drunk or are you more of a happy-go-lucky buzz type drunk?
I'm the same person whether I'm drunk or not.
Okay.
Liquor doesn't change me at all whatsoever.
What's a hidden talent you got that most people don't know?
I don't know. I'm pretty much an open book, so I don't really have nothing people don't know about me. Like I always say, if you want to know something about, come ask me.
What 3 words best describe you? Just 3.
3 words. That's a good question. Motivational is definitely one. Go-getter is definitely one.
Is that one word? Okay. Now it is.
Go-getter, yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll let the people look it up.
What's another one? I don't know. Never really thought about that question. I don't honestly analyze myself about things that describe me. I let the people do it. Everybody got their own perspective of who you are and what narrative or what role you play in their life. So it's I don't really analyze that too much at all. Who I am to you is who I am to you. The judgment or how you feel about me is how you feel about me. I really don't go too far into that.
Do you meditate?
No. All right. If poetry is a form of meditation, then yeah.
I doubt it, but who knows?
I've been to paper, not people.
There you go. Do you believe aliens exist?
Hell no.
Why is that?
Just don't.
Okay. What's your thoughts on today's politics?
I'm not a politics person.
Okay.
I feel like, honestly, if it's not affecting me directly, like, if it don't make me no money, if it doesn't make me better, if it doesn't, like, add value to me in general, like, I tend to pay it no mind.
No doubt. If you could change the hand of time, go back and change anything as far as, like, elementary days, junior high, adult years, what would you change and
Nothing.
why?
Absolutely nothing.
Okay.
I feel like I work so hard. I love who I am because I work so hard to become her. Mm-hmm. Everything that I went through, like, made me who I am today, and I don't regret none of that because I wouldn't be the person I am if it wasn't involved.
Do you feel a man should be vulnerable to a woman?
I do.
Reveal his inner thoughts and
Not
secrets?
any woman, though. Like, I feel like a woman should be a man's safe haven. Like, it should be a safe place to vent for men. Like, especially black men. Like, black men already have the world against them. They don't need their female against them, too. Like, I'm really big on that. So, like, I'm really big on, like, feeding them, like, positivity. So, I don't know.
Do you really believe it's a man's responsibility to put a woman's wall down if she says she had one built up?
No, I don't feel like any man should pay for the mishaps of her dealing with anybody else. Like I always say, when I go into a situation, I'm completely open. Like, the doors is only closed by who you are and how you are. So if I'm no longer open, it's because you did that, and we gonna act accordingly.
If you had a son, would you mind if he dated a woman who had children? Prior to him, even though he have none? Just curious.
Honestly, when it's all said and done, you can't pick and choose who you love. Mm-hmm. So, like, if my son loved them, like, then my grandkids, period.
Mm-hmm. No doubt. Should a man pay for almost everything in a relationship?
Fuck no.
Are you big on giving gifts?
I am. I feel like at the end of the day, if you got a real man and he's doing his job, like, he should know that he's appreciated, and not just on holidays. Like, what they just had, Sweetest Day, that just came up. Mm-hmm. Like, everybody making, like, this big deal on, like, men give gifts on Sweetest Day. But, like, if I rock with you and you doing what you're supposed to do, Sweetest Day is every day almost.
Sweetest Day just a Tuesday or a Wednesday?
Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on how I feel. Like, the person I deal with is going to always know that they appreciate it. Like, mm-hmm. And I'm just really big on, like, showing my appreciation, especially if you're making my load lighter. Why not?
No doubt. No doubt. Got some goofy questions. You ready? Some stupid shit. You ready?
I'm ready. What's up?
Right. You wake up in the morning, your man, you know, he's already in the bathroom, come rushing out talking to you. He's using your toothbrush. You cool with that?
I mean, y'all swapping spit.
So, okay, just curious. Just wondering, you know. Just wondering, do you believe in ghosts?
Definitely.
You ever experienced it?
Experience what?
A ghost?
You said ghosts. No, I thought you said, do you believe in ghosts? Oh, yeah.
Do I believe in ghosts?
No. I do.
Okay.
I do.
So you do believe in ghosts?
Yeah. I don't say ghosts. I say spirits.
Okay.
I believe in spirits, not ghosts.
Okay. Could you be a vegan for, let's say, 1 week or go without food for 48 hours?
I have went without food for 48 hours during Muslim when they fast. My dad was doing this. So I was just like, hey, like, I'm going to do this with you. And okay. I did the 48 hours, and I also had to go vegan for 2 weeks because of health reasons. So.
Okay.
But I don't eat red meat, and I don't eat pork.
What is your type in men?
I don't have a type.
Okay, so you'll date a dwarf if he treat you right and he respect you?
Yeah, I don't have a type at all. Like, I just really stand on principles. Like, So, like, if you got a good heart, if you're a good person, I don't care what you look like. I don't care how tall you are. I don't care what you got. I don't care about none of that. Like, if your soul is good, then you good with me.
If you could date any celebrity, who would it be?
I don't have a celebrity crush. I feel like celebrities, just like us, they just got more money.
Fair.
Like,
Facts.
so, people that like celebrities and all of that, like, they like the image. And then, like, my thing is, you don't know what that image comes with. You don't know what baggage them people dealing with, like, at all whatsoever. So it's like, I never be
Same problems,
yeah,
larger scale.
definitely.
Yeah,
So just like, I don't feed off into that.
Can you forgive a man for cheating and take him back?
Ooh, I have.
What would that experience be like?
I'm still going through it.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so
Did he give you a reason why he cheated? Did he tell you, or did you ask, or you don't even care?
Honestly, I really just don't care. It's just more of the too good to be true aspect. So I found out about it. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. My thing is honesty. So like, be 100% honest with me. And my thing is, I'd rather hear it from you than the streets. Like, if I hear it from you, I know how to deal with it. Like, we can talk things through. We can work it out. So that way, when I do hear it, like, we've already been through this. But to hear from the streets and you the person laying next to me, nah, that ain't gonna fly.
Right.
Not at all. Especially when I'm an open book. Like.
So, since you're an open book, you understand men, you have your father that, you've seen how he moves, and he probably schooled you with so much game.
Definitely.
I mean, why not get into like a polygamous relationship where, you, a man, another female friend, and
No.
let me finish. Some female that can, pretty much on days you don't feel like it. Let's say days you don't want to do nothing. You're like, I'm tired, but she could pick up the slack. You know what I'm saying? Then why worry about even him cheating when he got a friend that you already know of? And what if he taking care of business? If he, take care of you financially, if he really wanted to, even though you don't have to because you don't need his income. And he proved that he could also be a good father figure to your daughter. So why not let him have his cake and eat it if he earned, the birthday? Oh, okay.
That goes back to the aspect. I'm her.
You her, okay.
So the aspect of sharing anything, like far as like sharing my man with another female, is just not in me. I'd rather let her have you. Like, just a no for me. I feel like people get in polygamous relationships because, like, first of all, they self-esteem is in the shitter. Their self-esteem is in the shitter.
You believe if a woman share a man with another woman willingly, their self-esteem is
it's in the shitter. She don't know her worth.
Okay.
I feel like a female that shares a man with another woman, she don't know her worth. So knowing that, like, I'm not one of those. Like, I know who I am. I know what I stand for. I know what I bring to the table. Like, I'm a big stepper. Like, my daddy taught me well. So it's like, why would I share? Like, I'm enough for 10 niggas. Why would I share one?
If you go to sleep and you announce you wake up as a man, what's the first thing you want to do? You only got 24 hours to be a man. What is the first thing you would automatically do?
You're going to think I'm crazy. The first thing I would do, I don't know. I know what I would do if I was the woman and I dealt with women, but I wouldn't know what I would do if I woke up as a man.
You think you'd go crazy, or you would start having fun? Like, all right, let me see what all these dudes keep cheating for. Let me mess with a female or some whatever. Or what you going to do?
No, I feel like men cheat with women that's like, don't have no motion. And what I mean by that is...
Men who cheat on women have no motion?
No, men cheat on women with no motion. So, like, most men cheat because they getting the attention they want. They getting the time they want. Like, they stroking their egos. Like, that's not being done over here. Like, we live in reality. Like, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, I'm not finna stroke your ego. I want you to be a better person. So I'm finna tell you what you need to work on, not stroke your ego. Like, I don't have the time all the time to be worried about a man or being where you want me to be, when you want me to be. Like, I got stuff going on. So like I always say like if I get in a relationship, I know I'm gonna get cheated on. Like, and it just is what it is because I don't have the time.
You woke up as a man, you probably just be sitting still in bed like, yeah, this ain't it. Let me
chill.
go back to sleep and try to wake up as a woman again. You only have 24 hours to be a man. What would you do?
I mean, I just be chill.
Okay.
Like, I ain't really into, like, going out. I ain't really into partying. Like, I did that young. Like, I was in the club at 15. Like,
now that you're 22, how do you feel?
Oh, you think I'm 22?
Oh, my bad. Now that you're, older now, what is your
That's
thoughts?
a compliment. Add 10 years to that.
I'm just saying, now that you are older now, because, it's forbidden to ask a woman her age, So
Yeah, I don't mind that. I'll be 22 in December.
There you go. What have you learned in comparison to, like, going out and having fun? Are you still a bar hop girl, or you feel like there should be a limitation as you get older? Because there's some people still go out. And
I
still
was
dance
never
and have
a
fun.
bar hop girl. Like, I always felt like I didn't fit in. Like, I'm the strange friend. So it's like you could come to me when you got issues. You could come to me when you got problems. Like, but I'm not the friend you gonna come to go hang out. Like, I'm the friend you gonna come to. You want to motivate you. You want to get some money. You want to do a business plan. Like, I'm that type of friend. So I feel like when I do go out, or when I did used to go out, it was all business for me. Like, nothing has ever been pleasure. Like, if I go out, I'm wearing my gear. As long as I get 10 people to get my information because they liked it, my fit, then I did my job. Like, I've always been business, and it's just who I am as a person, and it ain't no getting away from that. Like, I've tried. Like, that's why I created the Asia Martin page. I never had a personal social media up until, like, maybe 6 years ago. It has always been business, and what I post is like, oh, I can't post this. This is a business page, or I can't do this. So, like, nobody really knows who Asia Martin is. Like, I've just now start, like, saying little things here and there. But then again, like, Facebook is Facebook. Like, you'll never know who I am or what I'm going through off of social media, because I feel like my life is not for social media. I don't do it for people. I do it for me. Like, my wins I take in silent. My L's I take in silent. It's just who I am.
No doubt. What if the concept of heaven and hell really wasn't real, right? Like, we read the Bible, Quran, or whatever religion, and it says, guess what? They were all wrong. And the real concept of the afterlife is reincarnation, and you have to come back as an animal. What would you be reincarnated as?
A polar bear.
Okay. Why a polar bear?
That's just my favorite
Straight
animal.
up out cold. Out cold.
It's my favorite, and they got tough skin. They could get through whatever. Like,
yeah. The biggest bear
survival
in the world.
Yeah, survivors definitely.
The ultimate carnivore as far as amongst the bears is they only eat meat. They don't eat berries, and they don't substitute anything else. They
definitely polar bear.
Polar bear. I thought you'd probably say penguin or something like that.
Why?
Or, I don't know.
I look like a penguin lover?
No, I don't say that. I don't know. Me, I'll come back as a lion.
Why lion?
No, honestly, I'll eagle. At my barbershop, I'll get over there to get my hair cut with a little bit of hair on my side of my head, cut and faded to what's left on top. And while I'm sitting there getting this cut, and I'll rise the same question to them. They're like, yeah, man, I'll come back as this. And I told my barber, I'm like, man, I think you'll come back as a flamingo. He said, what? I'm like, yeah, fly guy. He's like, no, bro, I ain't running with that. You gonna come back as a bald eagle. And it's like, yeah, all right, whatever. But if we can leave this podcast today with your final words of anything you want to say, let's say to your family. Yeah, let's address them to your family right now. Like your mom, your dad, your brothers and sisters, the people you love but you dislike, If you could say something to the family, your family that you hang with that's immediate and not, what would you want to tell them?
I think they know everything that I want to tell them, but if I had to tell them anything, it is, what would it be? If I have to tell my family anything,
Excuse me.
they know that is up. And when I make it, we all make it.
No doubt. What you got to say about your friends? Same thing? Similar?
Same thing.
Okay. What you got to say about your enemies? People who really watching your page to really
See, I don't have enemies.
hope you catch L's that you know of.
I mean, if I have them, like, they don't exist to me at the end of the day. Because, like, at the end of the day, I don't dislike nobody. Like, I feel like it takes too much energy to hate somebody or dislike somebody. And I ain't got the energy to give them.
No doubt. No doubt.
Let's work on that.
No question. No question. Man, once again, Asia, I'm grateful that you came by.
Definitely.
And to anybody trying to get anything as far as the clothing and any other businesses, how to reach you?
They can reach me on Facebook, Asia Martin, or my business page, which is Rain Gear, which is RAINEGEAR. And then also on Instagram, Rain Gear as well.
No doubt, no doubt. Well, there you go, there you go. There you have it. Wrapping it on up with my lovely friend, Miss Asia Martin.
Thanks for having me.
And
I enjoy myself.
Amongst that, please feel free to reach out if you have any questions. If you ever want me to shoot your information to her to make sure to get some of her business attributes going on for you, contact me or her. Also, to everybody wondering, well, I just got a blank desk. If you want something to advertise, market, and you want to support this shit, let me know. I'll put your bottle of liquor, perfume, whatever. Pay me, and I got your back. With that being said, again, thanks for listening to the Fit Podcast, Fuck It, I Tried podcast, and hope you like it. If not, fuck it, I tried.
Fuck it, we try.
If you enjoy my content, well, please follow, like, and subscribe for more.